What's going on, guys? Ironcane here, back with another Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra video. I realize I don't typically intro my Gekishin Squadra videos, but we're doing a tier list, man. We're doing a tier list, and if you guys know me, last tier list I did, last tier list I did was so bad. I actually reacted to you guys reacting to my tier list. But hey, man, we're on a different game, different platform. You know, we got controllers involved on this one. So let's see if you guys love or hate my tier list. Let's get into it, man. Now, of course, as I'm recording this, Gotenks and Topo are not in the game currently. I believe Gotenks releases this week. Also, I do want to say, as we're watching this should be going up on Monday. I will be doing a Gekishin Squadra stream where I will have exclusive drops based on the amount of watch time you have on the stream. That includes Zenny, capsules, gold, and silver. So make sure to tune in to the live stream tonight. Should be around like 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. Eastern. Just kind of want to throw that out there. Alrighty, so I don't know how I really want to tackle this. If I want to go in order or kind of just pick as I like here. I mean, I'm staring at this guy in the face, so I'm gonna do a mixture of talking about the characters, looking at their kits, and kind of just talking about my thoughts and feelings of the characters and whatnot. So I did as might just make a tier above this one. Oh, I did below. Oops, I did the opposite I wanted to do. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna add above, and I'm gonna write brain not weak required, and I'm going to throw Goku here. Bro, I'm sorry, this character is fundamental. Like, it's so stupid, bro. So stupid to me. This guy does everything you want to do. He has escape options. He is a burst character. He transforms. He does his fucking ultimate covers the entire goddamn map. Goku's doing a lot, bro. Goku's doing a lot. I mean, I guess if we just want to take a quick peek at him. Oops, I don't want to train. How do you look at his thingies? Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, so he has a Super Saiyan transformation. He gets to level 7 just like any other character, and of course that gives all of his stats a bonus. Now this is the thing I don't think anybody really talks about or even knows, but he gets a little bonus to damage when somebody kills a character in like his vicinity. His Kamehameha is absolutely ridiculous. It is massive. Now we're gonna be talking about another type of Kamehameha later in the video that I imagine you guys are all pretty sure what I'm talking about. I just did not know this reduce your movement speed. I did not know that. But yeah, there have been times where I've gone up against Goku's where I've legitimately been one-shot by this ability with Kaioken not even applied. Here we have the Meteor Hammer, which does give Goku some traversal options, which allows him to escape fights, enter fights, you know, as he would like, and Kaioken can bonus add some properties to it. Here we have Kaioken, which increases stats, strike attack up, defense up, movement speed up, all that stuff. Pretty much just gives him a buff all around. And it looks like, I didn't even know this, whenever skill hits, this cooldown is reduced. That is very interesting. I did not know that. But yeah, this skill can be used on its own to give you a little bit of a speed boost to get out of fights. So he has two escape options. He has the Meteor Hammer. And he has the Kaioken. I would say the Kaioken is probably traditionally used as his escape. But I'm not going to get too nerdy about all this stuff here. This character is fucking stupid. You guys know how stupid this character is. His Kamehamehas are absolutely bonkers. He can absolutely just wipe out fucking lanes very easily. Just take out all the ads and whatnot. He can snipe bosses. Snipe players themselves with his Kamehameha. And of course, last but not least, we have the Spirit Bomb, which I did not know that you could actually enhance with the Kaioken. So this is a character that I don't fucking play, because low-key, respectfully, anybody that plays this character, I feel like a bitch playing Goku, because I think he's that fucking stupid and that fucking broken and that fucking brain dead. This ultimate at level 3 is so massive, I don't even know why they indicate where it's gonna land, because anywhere that you could fucking see is where it's gonna hit. So yeah, this ultimate is absolutely insane. It's great for rushing towers, sniping bosses, just fucking wreaking havoc and just killing everything within its way. Whether you're good or not, fuck it. Like, who cares, dude? Fuck lore and shit, man. Just see Spirit Bomb, you're fucking cooked. But yeah, that's Goku. I don't think it really needs that much explanation as to why. I mean, if I were to be like serious, he's in Z. But I just feel like this character is so fucking stupid and honestly so easy to pick up. I think you don't need a fucking brain to play him. I really don't. Like, they're like, what strategy do you like? You see an enemy? Oh, meter smash. Like, bro, you're not thinking, dude. I'm sorry, you're not fucking thinking. Now, maybe I will go in order for a little bit here. Speaking of a character that requires thinking, we have Piccolo. So Piccolo, I would say, is absolutely a character that requires thinking. I think in the right hands, I think at bare minimum, I think he belongs in B. I think a really, really good Piccolo, I think, could be in A. I don't know if I'm placing him a little bit higher than other people would, but I think Piccolo isn't that bad. Where the hell is he? Yeah, so Piccolo, his big, greatest thing is sniping. Sniping bosses and sniping opponents with his special beam cannon, which also has multiple charges, which increases its damage, range, and all that stuff, right? So I have been collateraled by this ultimate by some really good Piccolo players. So this stuff does happen, right? And his light grenade with the most recent buff, this fucking thing hurts, dude. Even in the beginning of the game, and I'm not talking like with Superstart or anything like that. Oh yeah, bro, this fucking guy on Superstart is insane. But moving on from him, light grenade like one-shots ads very early. Like, this is a very oppressive ability, and the range of it is honestly a little misleading. Like, it looks so small and dainty, but it fucking has a massive AoE range. And I've thought I've been out of a fight and I'm good and I'm clear. The light grenade takes me out. So this move is very, very strong. Hellzone Trap, I think it's just kind of annoying. I think it's pretty easy to avoid if you have a brain or eyes. But it definitely is annoying if it's thrown over a tower, over a boss, because, you know, it just creates like an awkward situation where you kind of got to be mindful of where these are. Demon Whip is pretty much just an escape move. You can use it on an ally or an enemy as well to kind of keep up with them. But I would say his strongest and most impressive abilities are his special beam cannon and his light grenade. So him essentially having one move that doesn't deal any damage as being a pure escape option. And him, I think, having such a... I don't like, is Piccolo hard to play? I think the argument that you're going to see with a lot of these characters is that, like, maybe Piccolo isn't the hardest character to play on the roster, but, like, characters like Goku are so easy to play, and you can get so much more value out of Goku for, you know, being easier. It's just, like, in most cases, why would you pick Piccolo over Goku when you can just get more bang for your buck with less, you know, trials and tribulations? Like, it's just straight up easier to do what this character can do. But to be fair, this character can be a little bit more sneakier, where Goku, I would say, is typically in your face. Piccolo can attack from afar with his range, and I think that leads to opportunities where Special Beam Cannon is going to be picking opponents off and sniping off bosses, where Goku is there. You can, like, see a Goku trying to prep a Spirit Bomb, and say if you have someone like a Caulifla attacking the Goku, you could completely fuck up where he's trying to throw the Spirit Bomb. But of course, if it's level 3, it's not gonna fucking matter anyway. But, you know, overall, I think if you're a really good Piccolo player, I think he belongs in A. I think anywhere above A is probably a little glaze, but I think he's a very good character. All right, so maybe I will just go in order. Maybe I will just go in order of whatever the fuck order this tier list had these characters in. So next up we have Frieza, and honestly, I kind of want to throw him in like S or Z. Am I crazy to throw him in like Z? I low-key want to throw him in Z. I'll put him in S for now because I feel like maybe that's a little bit too much glaze. But let's go ahead and look at his kit. I think he's a little bit further down, so let's go ahead and get to him. So Frieza was a character that I initially played in the beta who I thought was ass. I thought Frieza was ass, and I actually got to give a lot of props to Goresh because he kind of taught me how you play Frieza. And Frieza is essentially a PvE character. Like, you can kill with Frieza, but you're not, like, you know, you're not the front line. You're not even the back line. You're kind of just, like, the annoying, like, person in the fight where you're just setting shit up. Frieza is essentially a PvE character that just, fucks with bosses and adds and tries to level up as fast as he possibly can. And his main job is to confirm those boss kills. And I think he's such a good character at doing this that, like, if I'm playing technical and, like, I see the opposing team pick Frieza, I'm like, fuck. Like, I kind of feel like I'm at a great disadvantage because Frieza can wipe bosses in seconds. And for a character not like on the damage class, that is like very, very impressive. And all this comes from Zarbon. Zarbon is a really, really strong, I don't even know what I guess, attack? I don't know, like, these guys, look at Zarbon and Dodoria as turrets, because that's essentially what they are. Zarbon is very simple. He has a little cone shape of where he's able to attack, and he shoots faster when you use the Imperial Dance or Imperial Decree move, and his attacks are a lot stronger, and his AoE is wider, or his area of which he can shoot in is wider based on what level he's at. Dodoria is a little different, where he actually pushes enemies and can easily break walls and barriers and stuff like that. So say if there's like the fucking meat buns, wall buns, he's really great for breaking walls and kind of honestly protecting your Zarbon. You can place these two very close together and have Dodoria push opponents away from Zarbon, because these guys can be easily killed, and when they are killed, they can't be called for a little bit until they recover or respawn, right? Now, Frieza's Supernova is similar to other, like, just big, massive supers, like, similar to Cooler's, Goku's. Now, what's different about Frieza's is that it actually moves across a plane, and it applies a debuff, which I actually wasn't aware of, which is all attack down. But what's really good about it is that, say people are running, or say if you're defending a lane and people are coming into your lane, this super works perfectly because the area of effect moves with the super, so they'll take, you know, more and more damage as they try to escape or approach your tower, right? So it's a really great defensive and offensive super, and it's also just great for sniping bosses as well. Overall, I think Frieza is a really great character. He's squishy, he's really fast. I would say between him and Hit, maybe Hit has the edge of his like invisibility skills to make him a little bit better at backdooring, but Frieza is right there, man. Frieza's right fucking there at being able to backdoor. I think what's most annoying about him is that even if you catch him, he just flies right by, not really giving a fuck. So Frieza is great. I think he's really, really good. And honestly, I would have put him in Z, but I feel like he definitely does have a skill cap. He's not a character that's really super pick up and play. Characters like Goku. I think he is one of the harder technicals in the game, but I feel like once you get it, it really does kind of click. You just sit down on your characters, you have them hit bosses, and then during team fights, you kind of like set Zarbon in a way that like he'll always be actively shooting opponents, but like it won't be easily like fought against in the fight as well. Next up we have Baby Young Body. Baby Young Body. Yeah, Baby is a personal favorite of mine. I think he might be, he's kind of mid-tier in terms of tanks, or maybe a little bit higher, but he's definitely, he's in the I mean, you know, there's not that many tanks in the game. I don't think he's one of the worst tanks, but I don't think he's one of the best. He's a tank that I see picked, like, not really that frequently. I mean, the ones that are the most popular are definitely Caulifla and Cooler. I think they provide the most to fights. But I listen, this is Baby Young Body, Baby Young Body, Baby Young Body. I gotta put him in A, bro. That's my boy right there, man. I love Baby. I love Baby. Again, I think I might be glazing here, so you guys can let me know in the comments below if I am. But I like Baby a lot, and I think he has one of the coolest mechanics in the game, which is, where is it? Oh yeah, possession. So, obviously unfortunately, this doesn't really make that much of an impact in the earlier stages of the fight. But when Baby actually, like, defeats opponents, he just gets to take over their body. And whatever cooldowns he had, he'll have with the body. So, say if you get a Goku, you'll have access to the Spirit Bomb, the Kamehameha, all that stuff. And you don't die if your health bar is depleted while you possess an enemy. You essentially have, like, I don't want to say super armor, but you have, like, armor. So you can be super fucking aggressive with the person you possess. And then after that, you'll have your full, like, health bar that you had, or whatever health you had before you possessed the opponent, right? So I think it's a really cool skill. Unfortunately, early game, it's not that great, because the way it works is you're able to maintain possession of the body for as long as the opponent is defeated. Now, late game, this is great. Earlier game, not as, like, you know, impactful. Mid game, it could be a little bit more, but of course, early game, you know, not that impactful. So he has a lot of skills that cover a large part of the map. Now, me as a baby player, say if I'm in a super start situation, I personally like to do energy explosion first. And the reason why I like to do this is because it is a massive fat fucking AoE, and it's really great for slowing down opponents, and it is great for just taking out ads. Now, Fingers Blitz Barrage is similar in this sense, but I feel like this kind of just does the work for you. And I like to play a very aggressive baby, and if my, you know, my damage laner with me is also very aggressive, this is just great at slowing the opponent in their tracks, allowing my ally to just keep pressuring the opponent, and say if things get dicey and they get low, I can hop into possession if I need to heal or if they need to heal. Now, this is a skill that I think actually might need a little bit of a buff. I feel like early game at like level 1 and even at level 2, it just does not do enough for your ally, and I think it's a very selfish skill, because it full heals baby for free, essentially, just over time as you're in the person. You can hop out basically anytime you want, but the opponent only, or your ally only gets healed if there are ads or if there's enemies around, and these blasts actually have to hit something, otherwise your ally does not get healed, which I feel like there needs to be some sort of tweaking. But, you know, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But I think this skill is only really good at level 3 in my opinion, and level 1 it's pretty bad. I would say it's not really that great in my opinion. And even if you are being a very aggressive baby, if you like, what's very frustrating about baby, that he is so ally dependent, because he can pretty much full heal whatever he wants essentially. But if you have this like really low level, the cone that you have, it's basically like a little cone that like shows you like where you can actually like pop into an ally. It is very small early game at level 1, so like I'm conflicted on this skill. I think it is probably his worst skill. The Finger Blitz Barrage is very good. This is also great at taking out ads. I think he's just really great at like wiping lanes. But what I love about this skill is that you can push enemies in directions that they don't want to go, and this could be away from bosses, this could be into your own towers when Zeno isn't there, this could be into your allies, or just separating your opponents from one another and just like kind of fucking with them a little bit. I love this skill. I think this skill is absolutely really good, and in combination with Energy Explosion, reducing their movement speed, baby is just really great at just putting your opponents where they don't want to be. I think it's just a really good move. And then Revenge Blast is just a fat AoE. I mean, I guess maybe you could argue it's a little bit lazy, just essentially Energy Explosion, but not. But what this does is that it gives you extra HP. Obtain extra HP and deal more damage the next time it hits an enemy hero. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. So the more enemy heroes this hits, the more bonus XP you get. It's basically like the bonus XP you get when you do a max Gekishin burst. So overall, I think Baby is really solid, but he is teammate dependent. I do think he is teammate dependent. I think he can output some really impressive damage if you do build him offensively, but he is very teammate dependent with possession. This is essentially a dead skill if you don't have allies with you, right? So that is one thing to keep in mind. But overall, I think he at least belongs in A, at the very least. Alright, now let's talk about a shittier tank, which is Zamasu. And honestly, maybe I'm underselling him. I think he's fucking ass. I have never seen a Zamasu, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. I think Zamasu is fucking ass. In the very first beta, he felt like literally unkillable, which I guess is what they were going for. But yeah, he just doesn't really seem that impressive these days. I think his attacks, like, I think I forget which skill applies bleed. Yeah, it's this skill, the Fierce God Slice. I think this is the only skill that's like, I guess, slightly kind of concerning, because like, say if you're low and he hits you with this, you can just die later, even if you're running away from the fight, if you don't get to a tower to heal fast enough. But Divine Rush is just a little dash, nothing crazy, doesn't really you know, provide anything. It moves enemies slightly, not really to an amount that I think is concerning. Heavenly Arrow slows. I mean, I'll be honest, I never really like noticed that. And then Project Zero Mortals does actually have this effect that is a little annoying. I actually didn't realize that it's area of effect lasts afterwards, and it does actually really significantly slow you. But, yeah, I just don't really think he's that crazy. I don't think he's that crazy. His damage isn't that insane. I feel like the damage that characters can output now is so insane that him having the ability to regen or have 2 lives isn't really that impressive anymore. It's just like, oh, he has 2 lives? Boom, I just killed them both anyway. Who gives a fuck, right? Like, I don't know. I just don't really think it's that crazy to me. And I don't really know what purpose he serves. I mean, obviously he's a tank, but like, his damage isn't impressive enough to make him a threat, in my opinion. So like, is he just here to stall? It's like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like if that's the case, he's just a worse Caulifla. You know what I mean? But that's just me. I don't really feel like Zamasu is providing that much to the team. I mean, he's a tank. He's the tank, right? Like, he is, this is a tank to, like, the textbook definition of what a tank is. But as you'll see, a lot of these tanks, what makes them so strong is that they're just doing more. They're just doing more, and some of them are just soft DPSs. And Zamasu is just not that in my eyes. So that's why I think he belongs in C. Next up we have Majube, or Super Oob. He's a character that I personally don't have that much experience with, but I think he is very good. Honestly, I want to put him in S, but again, this is coming from a perspective of playing against him. We're having really good Oobs on my team. I think he's a character that I think a lot of people don't really know how to use that well, but I think he is very good. I think Oob is a very strong character. Let's go ahead and pull him up. So Oob's whole thing is that as he damages enemies or just adds, he creates this cyclone, and it pretty much just increases the damage of everything. It just makes him like really, really strong. And he has a lot of it. This is like, now I'm looking at it, actually very similar to Baby in a sense, but it, you know, that's what starts the cyclone. He has this Buster ability. I actually didn't really know what this applies. No obstruction to self. It removes candy. Oh, that's a really like niche thing. Increases the range of rush attacks and shooting chaser. Okay, I actually didn't know what this did, honestly. But it just increases his range. Shooting chaser just gives him an extra dash. Just gives him a lot of survivability. I actually did not know that this shoots off blasts. I did not know that. I thought maybe this does it like later at the levels, but I did not know that. And his Cyclone Burst, it's just like a really impressive snipe. I think it does a lot of damage, and if you have a lot of buildup, I think it does really good. It can also apply Candy, which is like an added bonus, which kind of fucks with opponents. I feel like now that I'm talking about him, like, I don't think I understand what makes him good. I just feel like I've seen Super Oobs like perform really well. Maybe he does belong in A. Maybe I'm just like glazing again. I don't really understand this character, what makes him good. I just feel like he is. Like, am I fucking crazy? I just feel like he is good. I don't know. As I was talking about him, I feel like maybe I do gotta move him down. I think he's definitely. I'm trying to think. Like, is like a amazing Piccolo player better than a good Oob player? I don't know. Maybe he does belong in A. Maybe I'm a bitch. I should have just left him in S and stuck to my guns, but I don't know. Alright, next we have Krillin. Krillin is another character that low-key, you could probably fucking throw in here. I think he's S. I think Krillin is absolutely fucking insane. He's a character that can be a soft DPS, and I think it's not really that difficult to fucking make him one. When he has Superstar with Energy Mine, he just fucking annihilates all the ads. He is such an annoying fucking character. I have straight up just killed enemies in Timbuktu 80 miles away, like, because I placed my mines down on like towers or bosses or lanes, and people just run into them and they just fucking died. I'm not even there. I'm not to be there. Solar Flare is really fucking annoying. You guys know how annoying this is. It feels like Krillin has it every fucking 5 seconds, and it's just stupid, and it pisses me off, and I really hate this fucking move. Next we have Scattering Energy Wave, which I don't think is like a super crazy, insane move, but I think it is a good move that pretty much just cleans up kills. And in combination with Krillin just being pretty fast, having a really strong mine, his ult is also very strong. His ult is really fucking strong, and I have like rinsed people very, very quickly with this ultimate, even at lower levels, and it can snipe bosses. absolutely snipe bosses. I think Krillin is a really, really good fucking character. He's great at defense. He's great at offense. He's great at running away. I mean, he's inherently faster because he's a tech character, and in combination with Solar Flare, he's very strong. I think he's just a really good overall character. You could build him more, I guess, tech-oriented, more damage-oriented, depending on how the match is going. I think he's really fucking good, man. I think he's really good from the beginning of the fight to the end of the fight. I think he's just always a really, really strong character. And you always gotta be mindful of him. Alright, next we have Dabura. I don't know if I'm being a bitch by kind of like throwing everybody in A, but like, maybe he doesn't belong in A. Dabura is an interesting character where like, I don't think he's bad, and he actually was one of my damage characters that I played a lot. I mean, I really wanted the main Gammas. We'll get into that later, but I kind of fell into 18, which is like my main. I just really like her skill set. But Dabura is the tank destroyer. He is every tank's worst enemy with his whole domain, spitting stone shit. It's really annoying, and I think Dabura isn't the most difficult character to play, but he's just full offensive. He has no evasive options. He has no real escapes. Really, he's just full offense. Once he's in a fight, he kind of has to fucking stay in it, and he really can't get out of it. But it's also the same thing for, you know, his opponents. You know, a good Dabura will make it so it's hard to get out of a fight, and that bar is just filled a lot of the time. So, first up we have Doom's Ray, which I think just increases the, oh, I didn't know if you use that at the vanishing set to reduce the activation time. That's why I gotta read some of these fucking kits. But has a pretty big AoE that fills the petrification gauge pretty fast. And he has a Darkness Spear, which is pretty good as well. I feel like this move is kind of slept on. It removes Vanishing Step for a little while. And I didn't know it actually applied a movement speed buff to people. And when you use it, that's actually pretty good as well. And then we have Evil Flame, which decreases movement speed and applies burning as well, which is just like some passive damage that you could do. His ult, I feel like, is nothing crazy. I think it's just like a big fat AoE. It's a little lazy in my opinion, but it fills the petrification gauge pretty quick. And if someone is petrified, this will also take them out very quickly. I think he's a fairly basic character, but he's like, when he's in fights, I feel like he is pretty noticeable. You got to be, you know, smart about the gauge. You got to be mindful of it. But I don't know. I just feel like other DPSs, you know, they just kill, right? Or like the spit, typically when you get spit on, you're dead, right? Like, you're not really going to be living after a spit. But I feel like other characters will just kill before a spit takes place anyway. But maybe I'm undervaluing him. Maybe he belongs in A. Maybe, again, could just be me not playing him enough. I think B is fine. I think anything below B, I think you are underselling him. I could totally see the A argument. I think anything above A might be overglazed in my opinion. But, you know, I think B is a fine spot. Now, speaking of B, honestly, Boo, I think, is the worst character in the game. It's a shame. Shout out to my boy, the Savior Zombie. That was his main. Boo, in my opinion, just does not provide enough for the team. You know, he debuffs here, which I feel like is something that I don't even know most people fucking realize or notice. And his gun move, I think, is probably, it might be the best. I mean, it's the best offensive move he has for sure. It reduces attack and speed. It's okay. It's not bad. You know, it's cute, I guess. Healing Ray is why you play Boo. The only reason why you play Boo. But the issue is, you know, people do so much fucking damage. Like, later in the game, I just feel like this doesn't really fucking matter like that. One thing I feel like a lot of people don't realize is this also heals Boo. It doesn't just heal your ally, it heals you as well. But, again, the damage output in this game is so fucking insane that I feel like healing isn't really that significant in this game. Really, in my opinion. I think Boo is good early to mid game, but I feel like late game, when just like you're getting one shot by shit, like he's great. Like if, you know, you're trying to like poke and shit because you can get like some heal and get some like sustainability and shit. But I don't know. I feel like late game he's just not doing enough. This skill fucking sucks. Sorry, someone on my nose. This skill fucking sucks. This has to be honestly. this has to be like top 5 worst fucking skills in the game. I don't know what the purpose of this skill is. It pushes people, sure, I guess, but like, I don't know, Boo should be able to like shoot Ki Blast or something as he's doing this. In my opinion, bro, this shit does not fucking do enough. I guess maybe when people are on a tower, you can just quick run in circles, but it's a little hard to control for like no fucking reason, and for like what little like bang you get for your buck using it, I just feel like it's not fucking worth it. And then it's I mean, it's all right. Like I don't know, man. Like it's okay. Like the ult is fine. I guess maybe you could do some like massive play, like maybe say, you know, all your towers are destroyed and you fucking land a mass level 3 Boo ult and you like poo everybody away, and maybe that gives your team opportunity to like take out the opponent's dragon shell. Maybe but like, I don't know, that's probably happened to like 5 fucking people ever on the planet. Like, I don't know, I just, it's a good disruption skill. I think it is cute, it definitely fits Boo, but I think they gotta do something to Boo, man. He is just not doing enough in my opinion, and I think he definitely belongs in D 100%. I was almost thinking of just making a Boo tier. Android 18 I think is an easy, I've seen a lot of people put her in like A and S. I think that's fair. I'll probably do honestly, I think these guys are kind of interchangeable. You can make arguments. I'm not worried too much on like the order, but the order is like, that's when it gets like too much. But I'm going to throw Android 18 and S. Admittedly, she is kind of brainless as well, but you got to be a little bit smarter with her than Goku, because 18 is very fucking squishy. But she's fairly easy, pretty simple. She has this passive where she applies this assault thing, which is like 4 dots that you put on an enemy. And when you have those 4 dots, you pop ult, somebody's fucking dead. And that's just 18. And what's really crazy about her is that she has all these dashes. She has the best skill-based maneuverability in the entire game, full stop, no questions asked. She essentially has 3 dashes: her vanishing step, her lightning step, and her excel dash. The way I actually like to upgrade her is that I like to get the lightning step maxed out as soon as possible, because with it maxed out, you could probably dash like 8 fucking times. But the way you have multiple dashes is by landing it. You do actually have to hit either adds, opponents, or bosses to keep like spamming dash. Now I will say, with the fucking beams that are out in this game, it can be a little, like, you have to be careful sometimes. Like, say if a Goku is firing off a beam, if you just willy-nilly dash, you'll fucking dash yourself into Kamehameha and fucking off yourself. So you do have to be a little bit careful in that regard. Destructo Disc is a skill that I slept on, especially with the later levels. You get like fucking 3 of them, and it's just really great at just like doing burst damage, and it does extra damage when the enemy is low. I think this skill is great. I think honestly the combo is you just spam Excel Dash and then Destructo Disc, and then you do Lightning Step if the opponent is like you know, running away. You could Lightning Step, then just keep spamming Destructo Disc or what have you. 18 is pretty simple to play, but her issue is her squishiness, and she typically cannot be the one to engage a fight. I think 18 is great in fights in the sense that, say if a fight is breaking out, she comes in, fucks shit up, and then leaves, right? Her defense is pretty fucking low, and if she runs out of her dashes, she's fucked. But if you're, you know, smart with them, you should be good. I think late game is where 18 starts to struggle. I think early game, she's really fucking strong. Mid game, she's really strong. I would say it's late game where everybody's max level, and people focus her down. I think, you know, that's where she can suffer, where other characters are a little bit more strong. But she could be really, really fucking impressive and take out bosses in like fucking seconds, dude. She's great. I think she's a great character. Alright, moving on. We have Caulifla, who I think belongs in Z. I think she's a great fucking character. So in terms of tanks, Caulifla is in the conversation of like best tank in the game. Oops. Although I think that probably dude, someone's like up my fucking nose. He's making me cough. What the fuck? But yeah, where the fuck is he? Yeah, Caulifla, she's able to transform. Sorry, I don't know what the fuck's going on, man. I've just been talking too long. But yeah, her passive would provoke. Now, if you guys play tank and use Rildo, you know how fucking strong Provoke, well, not Provoke, but Wrath is. She provides this for free. Whenever she attacks somebody, skill-wise, ult-wise, what have you, she's able to, like, make everybody just focus on her, and this is so fucking valuable, dude. Whether it's team fights, whether it's fighting bosses, just in general, having the ability to take, like, it's not even just, like, you know, the opponents are incentivized, like, they are literally fucking forced, and this actually counters characters like 18. Where the fuck is she? Because their whole thing is, like, landing dashes and whatnot, and she's here to, like, take out the squishies. So if she's, like, fighting the tank, or she's wasting her dashes on the tank, that, like, completely fucks her over, right? And some characters, if I see that I'm landing, like, against a Caulifla, I have to run the fucking, like, first blue card that lets me, like, run away from opponents easier. Because if I have a skill that lets me get away, because I'm using a skill or an attack, it forces me to go to the direction that Caulifla is. So my dashes or my get out skills don't fucking work if I'm fighting a Caulifla. So I manually have to fucking run and vanish away. I can't use an attack to escape. That's how fucking strong she is. That's just her fucking aura and presence by just, like, hitting somebody, by the way. Like, again, it's just her physical fucking attack provides Provoke. Like, that's insane, dude. All of her moves, I guess energy release doesn't, but every move besides energy release does. But Storm Kick is really, really good. It has a massive range. It provides Provoke, and you can move around while doing it. Blaze Drive allows you to move towards an opponent, and you can use this to your advantage. Because typically people are running away from Caulifla, so you can just it's just good to you know, keep pressure, or if someone's running to where you want to go, you could use it in that sense as well. It deals more damage to people that are provoked. Energy Release is a cool skill similar to Baby. If you use it in a way where, like, say if the enemy is by your tower and they're trying to, like, get back to theirs because Zeno just left, you could pop this move, bump them back into their tower, just push them in the way they don't want to go, and then you just fucking Storm Kick them, Blaze Dive them, and just add the Provoke, and they can't use their skills to escape, right? Crush Cannon, I would say, I think a lot of people think this move is pretty weak. I actually really like it because of the mobility. I had used this skill to just escape sometimes. The maneuverability that you get from this skill, I think, is really slept on. Where, like, say if you're in a team fight, or if you're just in a fight in general, and you're fucking losing, pop this skill, and I don't want to say I guarantee you, but you'll be surprised the amount of times it will get you out of dangerous situations, because you are providing constant damage to the enemy and being able to move very quickly away, right? After this, you could pop Energy Release, and this is giving you movement speed buff, and you could, you know, hopefully get away from them, but I just feel like it is really, really good. She can transform as well as a tank that is really annoying, especially when you're close to killing them. But yeah, man, she's great. I think she's a really, really good fucking tank. I don't really think she's that difficult to play either. Like, she's just good and easy to play. All right, next up, we have the tank that I think most people would consider the best in the game, which is Cooler. Sorry, my fucking thingy isn't popping up. Hello? And I just exposed my DMs with ZBG. Awesome, dude. Want to be an Ironcane video with... What the... Hello? There we go. We're back. Okay. Yeah, Cooler is Z. Easy. Not really that difficult to fucking explain why. If you play Cooler, you know why. He's just insane. He's fucking insane. But let's go ahead and take a look at his kit. So, he can transform in fights, but what's really wild about him, and I think this is why I'm a little turned off by Cooler, because I think there actually is a decent skill with him, even though he is so fucking brain dead in a sense. Anytime you pop a skill, you are impervious to damage. So if you time this really fucking well, your sustainability in fights just, like, skyrockets. Me, I'm kind of just spamming shit and trying to just burst people down. But you can use this in a way that is really advantageous for you. Now, just going over his moves. Destruction Ray is just really fucking stupid. It provides bleed. It has a fat fucking AoE. If you have Superstar with Cooler, this thing is really fucking annoying. It goes so fucking far. The spread of it is so big. It's annoying as fuck. He has Depth Stopper, which applies movement speed down. It's a great AoE skill, very similar to Baby, honestly. And it's great. I think it's just a really good skill. Provides pressure to the opponents. It gives your allies and yourself more opportunity to just chase and, you know, confirm any kills you need to kill. Here we have Depth Chaser, which is probably arguably maybe his worst move. What's really cool is that this has the opportunity to, like, you fucking grab the opponent and, like, slam them down by their fucking neck, which is really cool. This provides movement speed down. It's just a really good skill to, again, just keep pressure on opponents and make it so they don't escape. But you can also use this ability as an escape, which is a good option for Cooler as well. And last but not least, he has an ability called Atomic Supernova, which it's just really great for sniping bosses. It's basically just a fucking, you know, a Spirit Bomb that's, like, you know, less damaging. But it is just good for defending towers, pushing on towers. It's just great. It fucking takes up the whole screen. It's good. I mean, he's a really good tank. I like. Sorry, we're kind of like deep in the pain here. We're like 40 minutes in, so if these explanations are a little bit shorter, I apologize. But if you guys know Cooler, you know Cooler's just fucking great. Bojack is pretty garbage. Yeah, he's pretty fucking bad. Is he better than Zamasu? I don't know, man. They both fucking suck. I don't think he's D tier. I think some people would put him in D tier. I think Bojack's greatest strength is people, like, really underestimate him. And when I mean underestimate him, they underestimate his range. This skill in particular, again, similar to Piccolo, I've gotten out of fights and I thought I was completely safe and I was cool. Galactic Buster has fucking killed me in Timbuktu, and sometimes I'm like, huh? Yeah, this move has a lot of range and it deals a lot of damage. Cosmic Bloom, it's alright. I mean, it's nothing crazy. It's kind of like, honestly, this guy is very similar to Piccolo now that I fucking think about it. It's basically Hill's own grenade with extra steps. Takes longer to fucking go out. But yeah, it's kind of just like a little spread of shit to avoid, and it can be, you know, annoying when you're trying to, you know, team fight or escape and shit. Where Bojack excels is that he can fight from afar, and he's really great at defending. And then he has this fucking net move, which is good for throwing onto towers, allowing your allies to attack towers, and makes it harder for opponents to attack them. And it's also great at defending towers as well. His ult is the worst ult in the game, 100%. It is fucking awful. You see Bojack ulting, you can simply just go on the other end of it. And Bojack is immobile for a majority of the ult, if not the entire fucking thing, making him a sitting duck during the ult. This ult fucking sucks. It's really only good for defending, and I guess maybe when you're, like, you know, fighting for a boss or something like that. In team fights, it's very fucking easy to avoid, in my opinion. Yeah, Bojack is a character that needs help. He definitely needs help in some regard. Also, he transforms. It's cool, I guess. But yeah, he's not as impressive as the other damage characters. Gohan. Honestly, I almost want to put Gohan in Z. But then, if I'm going to do that, I need to put, like, these other guys in Z. I like Gohan a lot, man. I like Gohan, like, a lot. But let's talk about why. So Gohan is a character that I feel like a lot of people sleep on. Well, some people sleep on. I mean, I'm not talking about Diddy Sauce. Diddy Sauce for the longest time thought he was shit. This is a character, like, similar to Krillin. You can build damage. He's just really fucking good overall. I think the only skill that I guess is, you know, not insane, but maybe I just don't get the best value of it personally. I don't think it's that necessary, is Leave This to Me. It's more of a defensive skill or a runaway skill. You have energy defense up. Cool. And then you apply energy defense down to enemies. Cool. I don't really, like, see this being that significant. His strongest skill is this dash. When it's fully charged, it stuns opponents, making them immobile and they can't use any skills for a little bit. It's just really great for confirming kills in fights. Which is really, you know, a lot of people, they bitch about the Kamehamehas from Super Saiyan 3 and Super Saiyan Goku. You use Gohan, hit this while they're launching it, it stops, right? Like, this kind of solves all your problems. Also, it's really great for just chasing opponents down. It's great for escapes. This is just such a versatile skill. Just really, really good. The Senko, fine. Just like a good damage dealing skill. Good for confirming kills, confirming, you know, kills on bosses and whatnot. Solid skill, pushes back. That can cuck you sometimes. I've done it. If you are trying to confirm a kill, make sure the opponent is really, really low. Otherwise, you could actually unintentionally help the opponent and push them away from your allies and allow the enemy to escape. So what's cool about Gohan, to my knowledge, I think he's the only character in the game that has 2 parts to his ultimate. So his first part just buffs you and your allies, which is pretty cool. So you can just pop this like in a team fight or like during a boss fight or whatever. And then whenever you want, you just pop Shattering Beam, which does stun the opponent for a sec and creates an AoE, which isn't like super massive, but it's pretty strong. Because of this, Gohan can sometimes solo characters, like maybe not tanks, but sometimes tanks, depending on where they're at, you know, level-wise or health-wise. But he can solo other tech and damage characters. He can dash in, pop his Senko, rush attack a little bit, pop his ult, and then the character is either really fucking low or dead. Because he has 2 stuns that he's doing there in that whole exchange. I think he's really fucking good. And of course, he's providing passive stacks, or not stacks, but buffs to his allies, increasing their overall damage and their overall defense, which is really, really strong. I think Gohan is great. I think Gohan is really fucking good. Next up, we have Trunks, which I think some people could maybe make the argument of putting him in B. I do think he belongs in A. I think if you're having like a fucking perfect game with Trunks, he could be the scariest DPS to go up against the entire game. He is a snowball slut. I will say that. Trunks is definitely a snowball slut. Early game, he is not that scary. He's not that oppressive because he's very fucking squishy. But his burst damage and ability to confirm kills is really fucking scary. And he's able to get his skills back instantaneously by killing opponents, which is like his whole fucking job. He is insane. The burst sword might be the best kill confirm move in the entire game, and it's even better when the opponent is low health. But I've been one shot by this fucking move at full health sometimes. That's how fucking scary this is. Trunks with Snowball is absolutely insane. Vanish allows him to get in and out as he pleases. And then Burning Attack, I feel like it's not that fucking great. I think it's probably his weakest move overall. But Burst Sword and Vanish Strike, I think, are so good that it doesn't really matter all that much. And then Shining Slash is pretty good as well. But again, I think his scariest move generally is Burst Sword. But Shining Slash is not bad at all. Trunks' whole thing is just snowballing. You know? That's what makes him so fucking scary. Because he is very dangerous once he gets going. Vegeta, I think, is pretty fucking mid. Yeah, I think he probably belongs in C. He's just another, like, he's kind of a tank that kind of just hasn't really aged all that well. I just feel like the other tanks are just doing so much more in comparison. And, like, Princess Pride, I don't really think provides that much. This volley is kind of like, whatever. Photon Bomber, is probably his best move. But the amount of times I've just seen people just fucking vanish out of it, like, for free, it's just like, it's like, okay, word up. Like, I don't even know why the fuck I tossed this out. Now, I think to actually use Vegeta wisely, you actually, like, have to fucking use Rildo, because I think the combo is using Rildo, popping Photon Bomb, or then popping Big Bang Attack, or then, like, using Explosive Wave to push them back in. But, like, I think that's really fucking sad that, like, you have to use a helper to make this character better, where I feel like the other tanks don't really need that. Again, people can just simply fucking vanish out of this. I don't really feel like it's that strong at all. I think this honestly needs a buff. I don't think people should just be able to just, like, right out of it so easily, if Vegeta is going to be viable. This skill is pretty interesting. Gives you some extra armor when you blow enemies back. And again, you can use this in a way like, say, if an enemy is trying to like go back to their tower, you can use this and push them back to yours and just keep them in the fight longer. And then in combination with Photon Bomb or Big Bang, you know, you can get like some chain shit going here. But I think, you know, Big Bang attack is fine. It's great for defending. You know, the possibility to snipe bosses is there as well. It's very similar to Spirit Bomb, very similar to Frieza's or Cooler's ultimates. You know, it's the standard big fucking fat explosion, right? Vegeta, I think he's okay, but I think the other tanks are just providing and doing more, in my opinion. Next up we have Goku, and I think he's S. Do I? I think he is S, dude. I don't know, man. I think a good Goku play. That's the thing. Fuck. You know what? I'm trying to be fair. If I'm trying to like make my rationale make sense, because well, yeah, then Trunks I'd probably put down a little bit more. Who's the easiest out of these guys? Probably Oob. But yeah, all these damage guys, they just like take some thought. The best characters in the DPS, like, you know, role don't take thought. Goku is good. I think he's a character that a lot of people played and just like, yo, this character is ass because they don't understand how he works. His whole thing is Pansy Bomb. Pansy Bomb, Pansy Bomb, Pansy Bomb, Pansy Bomb, Pansy Bomb, Pansy Bomb, Pansy Bomb. If you are consistently landing these, you are doing great. That's basically his whole thing. He does continuous damage. So much so that I'll fucking hop in my tower and I'll heal, and this thing will out-damage the heal sometimes, and it's really fucking annoying. He's a great character. I think his ultimate is amazingly, it's amazing. I think it's really fucking slept on. I did not even realize that, the more damage taken while immune to... Yeah, I didn't even realize that you were immune in this fucking skill. But the way it works is, the further you use it away from yourself, or the further you aim it, the more damage it does, which I think is really fucking cool and really great for confirming kills. Glorial Bolt is essentially used to combo with the Pansy Bomb. It sets off the Pansy Bomb, making it its AoE a lot larger. But what's also just good about the skill is that when it's maxed out, it just fucking shreds ads. Shreds ads really fucking quick. Powerball Dance, honestly, I don't know what the fuck this skill is used for. Comments below, you can tell me. I think this move is kind of ass. I guess it just provides defense and increases your movement speed, but I think where Goku struggles the most is escaping from fights. He has to play mid-range pretty much permanently. He's not really a character that is going to be like in the thick of it, like in your face. He's going to play from afar and be kind of annoying. So you're typically going to be picking blue cards with him, typically, unless you want to snowball, but he is a very, very good character that I think a lot of people sleep on. But he's difficult. He's a hard character to play. If you're not, like, landing Pansy Bombs are easier the higher level it is. And, you know, you can also hit it, but you can hit it by accident. And you can fuck it up. You can definitely fuck it up. So, Goku is a solid character, but he definitely takes some getting used to. He's not just, like, a super pick up and play. Here we have Cell. Cell is a tank that I really wanted to like, and honestly even main. But I feel like he's just okay. I do feel like he's better than Zamasu, and I do feel like he's better than Vegeta. And maybe B is too harsh. But I would not go any higher than A, and if he's in A, he's in low A, so I'll put him at the top of B, even though I said the order doesn't really fucking matter. Whatever. I guess I slightly care about the order. So, Cell's whole thing is that he's pretty shit early game. He's borderline not even really a tank early game. Base HP armor and all attack power increases the more bio energy is gathered. That's kind of cool. But yeah, his strongest skill, in my opinion, is honestly Raid Smash. I think Raid Smash is really fucking good. It has a really short cooldown, honestly. And its range is really fucking big. It's just really great for confirming kills. And just like, you know, if opponents try to leave, you're like, hey, fucker, you're gonna stay here, man. And then Big Bang Crash is really good. It has a massive AoE. It reduces movement speed. So typically the combo is to either Raid Smash into Big Bang Crash or vice versa. These moves really work hand in hand. These are his best skills. Regeneration, I might be fucking ass. Again, this is a big ass fucking paragraph. But from my understanding, the more damage you take or the lower health you have, the more health you recover. And sometimes this is like good for cell sustainability, but I typically find, especially in the earlier game, or the earlier stages of the game, cells just get fucking killed while doing this. And I don't know, I just don't really feel like it's as significant as it is. I feel like this is kind of like, you know, a waste of a skill. I feel like it just needs to be a little bit more impactful. And then last but not least, we have Energy Field, which is a really cool skill and I think a really cool idea. Again, maybe I'm just a shit cell player, but 9 times out of 10, I fucking pop this and I lock somebody in the cell games. I just get fucking killed in the cell games. But I will say what's cool about this skill is that since you are creating a barrier, you can block spirit bombs. You can block like any like massive fucking energy based ults. You can just completely shut that shit down, which is really, really cool. And people that are left in the barrier are brought into the cell game. So you have to use it mindfully. Energy Field is essentially just what I fucking said, except you don't throw them into the cell games arena. Overall, I think Cell is a fine tank. I think maybe Regeneration just has to feel more impactful. But maybe I'm just fucking garbage. Maybe I'm terrible. I'm just shit. And I feel like Cell might need to be buffed a little bit more when you actually get people in the Cell games arena. Or maybe it should be, I don't know, maybe you should be able to like deactivate it to like make people be in the Cell games arena like faster. I don't fucking know, because I feel like people slip out of it a little bit too easy. I feel like the only time you're able to consistently get people in it is at level 3. But again, maybe I'm shit with Cell. Maybe I'm shit with Cell. Alright, 17. 17 I think is really solid. I personally want to throw him in A. I don't think he's as dominant as these other technicals are, but I think he is pretty good. I do think 17 is really good. I think 17 is a character that's great, honestly, all the way through. I think he can be really annoying early game, because I think there's definitely moments where, as you know, I like to be very fucking aggressive typically, and by 17 popping his barrier, he can make it so like, oh wow, I'm gonna kill this guy. He pops his barrier, you know, I push in too much and then I fucking die. So he can kind of play around with you like that. But I think 17 does struggle from having a okay moveset. This barrier knuckle move is probably one of the worst moves in the fucking game. Dude, it hits like, I don't know, like you're just, that's what it feels like, bro. This move is so fucking weak. I don't notice it when someone hits me with it. I don't notice it when I hit somebody with it. I don't know. 17's strongest move is his barrier ball, and you can kind of fucking spam it based on his passive. Lets you kind of like overcharge skills a little bit. This is great for wiping out lanes, doing lots and lots of damage. I think it's pretty fucking good. And then counter barrier is pretty good. It makes it so allies can't heal for some time, which is actually pretty impactful, especially if you're fighting against tanks. And what some people don't realize with this skill is you actually deal more damage dependent on how little health you have. That's what makes it stronger. So it's a pretty good skill, and similar to Cell, it just negates all energy-based actually, does it just negate all damage in general? I think it does, and it also gives some extra like super armor HP like when you land a Gekishin burst. But yeah, I think he's solid. I think he's not as great as some of the other technicals, but I think he is really good. Hit, I'm probably gonna put in A. Honestly, there's a part of me that I could even put him in B. And this isn't him being a shit character. I think Hit is actually very good. I think he's probably the best at backdooring. But thing is, he's just too difficult to play, man. He's just way too difficult to play. And honestly, unless I'm just garbage, I think if you're playing on controller, you're just at a significant disadvantage. If you're playing against a Hit that's on PC versus on controller, I think you're gonna lose, man. I think Deathblow's area of effect is just too narrow to make this character approachable for people on console. I think it's just too difficult, and you gotta be landing your attacks. If you're not landing your attacks, you're fucking up his hit. I'll be honest with you, I'm very garbage at hit, so I can't really talk about him too much. But from my understanding, his whole thing is not being seen and attacking from behind. That's his whole fucking thing. This thing will make you invisible. It basically makes you immune and allows you to hit these skills basically whenever you want. And you just deal bonus damage when you're in stealth or you're hitting from behind. And of course, there's the blue card that gives you bonus damage when you're hitting from behind. The stuns, which is pretty good, and this just limits enemies' vision, which is really fucking good for team fights, for fighting towers, for boss fights. Just really fucking good. He can be really strong and really annoying, but you gotta be good with him, and I think it's very difficult to be good with him. The Gammas. I love the Gammas. I don't think they're garbage, but I don't think they're amazing. I think I could see the argument honestly throwing them here, but I think they're here. I think they're here at the least. I think if you're good with the Gammas, the way that you are good with the Gammas is by making them feel unkillable. By just swapping to the other skills and just maintaining your health bars, I think is how you want to play Gammas. But I think what sucks about the Gammas the most is when one of them dies, the only way to get the other one back is to hit the special pose or fucking recall, and that really does suck. What's cool about them is they have two varying rush attacks. Gamma 1 is ranged, Gamma 2 is melee based. Is strong. Their strongest move is probably the Gamma Strike. Gamma Burst / Full Burst is really good as well. I kind of sleep on this skill. And then Gamma Impact is really good late game. I think early game it's kind of whatever. I think it should be a little bit faster. In my opinion, I feel like it is a little bit slower than you would think it would be. At least I think it is kind of slow. But it gives you some bonus health, which is pretty good. And then Gamma Strike is just like 3 little dashes. You can use these to escape. I think what sucks about them, the pose, is that like there's a little animation that plays when Gamma 2 is like posing up. And there's like a little buffer that I feel like makes this skill suck for escapes. And I don't think it really helps you in fighting, but I think it can kind of cuck you in escapes sometimes. So I do understand it because they're trying to be true to the character and like make it flashy, but I think it does kind of fuck them over a little bit in practice. But this is a really good damaging move, and it's probably their best move. Special pose allows you to combine both Gamma health bars, so pretty much just buffs all the skills overall, makes the Gammas attack together with every skill that they do, which is really cool. And it provides them a lot of, you know, sustainability in the fights, and also stuns opponents for a second. You can actually like stop people from whatever they're doing and like even like fuck over an ult if you time this right. And then Core Breaker is absolutely insane. This can only be activated at level 3. You basically just pop this after the special pose. I guess besides Gohan, this is the only like 2-part ult. This typically one-shots everything. Very rare that this is not one-shot everything. But you are losing the other Gamma, and the only way to get it, the other Gamma back is to go to spawn or ults again. And I don't know if you can pop this again for quite some time. I think you only get like a couple, if only just one per game. But yeah. Alright. Next up we have KALE. I think a good KALE player, you could argue, is probably like in fucking Z or S. Me personally, I think she is. Maybe I'm ass. I'll put her, I guess I'll put her up here. If you don't know what player she is, probably the best DPS. I think she's a little difficult to play. In my opinion, I think she's a little difficult to play. Maybe I'm just fucking shit, which is very possible. But her whole thing is tossing out this energy sphere and hitting it with charge force or blaster shot. Or just using blaster shot from afar. KALE just does a lot of fucking damage, and her ult, once this is popped, you're typically dead, and it's super, super oppressive early game. What sucks about it is that, like, oh, I think I'm about to kill KALE. Boom, she goes fucking super piss mode, and she fucking kills everything. And you just hold the X button, and shit dies. But yeah, I think she's just, again, she's both easy and not easy to play, but I could just be shit with her. So, that's kind of me. Sorry, I rushed her. But this video is like an hour fucking long, so I am trying to wrap this up. And last but not least, honestly, he belongs here, for sure. But I do think he is a little overglazed. I do think he is a little overglazed. I think a lot of people think he's the best character in the game. I'm sorry, it's Super Saiyan Goku. Yes, if you have a really, really good Super Saiyan 3 Goku, of course, I think you can absolutely make that argument. But this guy is just easier. It's just so much easier compared to this guy, in my opinion. But, you guys know how fucking stupid this character is. Let's go ahead and look at his shit. Oops. Fuck. Hello. Da-da-da. Okay, here we go. Oh, I actually didn't know that this was even a fucking thing. But yeah, you guys know how stupid this Kamehameha is. If you have Super Start and plus the fucking, like, skill 1 boost, you're getting fucking wiped. You're getting wiped. This shit is stupid. People just, like, close their eyes and fucking throw this around. You get fucking killed by accident sometimes. When you're in your tower, you can get fucking killed by this. I mean, you know, Super Saiyan Goku can do the same, but I feel like this happens a lot more with this guy. This move is very similar to Super Saiyan Goku, funnily enough, and if you pop it twice, you can actually go back to where you were, which is kind of cool. I actually did not know it deals more damage the less HP enemies have. It's actually really good. And instant transmission is fucking stupid. This pretty much gives you an UAV for free. You don't even have to use the skill. You just quick pop it like, hey guys, oh, they're attacking the boss, let's go. Like, what the fuck? Hits on our tower. I'm gonna IT to him and fucking kill him. Like, absolutely crazy, this fucking move. And then, Dragon Fist can one-shot you really fucking quickly. And it comes out really fucking fast. You can whip this, at lower levels, but, you know, later levels, I think this is really, really strong. And it's great if you're defending a tower. Just throw it in your fucking lane and people just get wiped. Just pop this, and you just pop this. And you just fucking kill everything. This character's pretty fucking stupid, but I don't think he's as brain dead as Super Saiyan Goku. But yeah, this is my tier list. I'm pretty happy with this. Yeah, let me screenshot this. I'll post this on Twitter and shit. Why not? But yeah, y'all, that's going to be the video for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you agree with my placements, let me know. If you think they were fucking shit and awful and I'm stupid, let me know in the comments below. But overall, I'm pretty happy with this. I feel like at most, a character can move up or down a tier. I don't think there's anybody that's in Z that belongs in C. And a character that belongs in S that belongs in B. I feel like you just move one down or one below or move one up, something like that. But I'm trying to be mindful of the skill cap and not just be like, oh, you know, if it's fucking like Taz playing the character, you know, they belong here. I'm trying to be mindful of like the skill gap and how approachable characters are as well. But yeah, y'all, that's going to be the video. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Again, comment down below your thoughts and subscribe to the Ironcane channel for more Gekishin Squadra videos. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Take care, save, have fun. Peace out, dude. Peace out.